what's up, everybody? It's Tom Mele here in Life in the Fastlane. Hey, listen, we have had an unbelievable week. I'm sorry?
Should I turn this button off, the sound?
Yeah. Are we good? Vicky's asking me a question whether or not she should play with my buttons or not. And of course, usually I leave that till afterwards, but I guess we'll do it this way. Hey, listen, we first of all, let me apologize. We have had a crazy past 3 weeks. First we had some issues here at the studio. We had some new shows starting. Unfortunately, I had to cancel Life in the Fastlane after our last show with Brian out from Germany. And then following that, obviously, we have this crazy thing going on with Hurricane Sandy, which we think is going to miss us. And they said it's not going to miss us. It's been some serious devastation. So, what we're going to do today is, first of all, I'm a little pissed off at LIPA, and we're going to get into that in a little while. We got Brian standing by from upstate New York with Fastlane Biker Magazine to tell us what's going on in the biker world. But, we have had so much crap go on in the past week or past 2 weeks that I think what I would like to do is I'd like to start this show off with a little bit. I know that I shouldn't say comedy, but you know what? We need a break. And one of my favorite groups of all time, Leonard Skinner, we were in Home Depot or Lowe's today, and we found something. And I think that let's just kick off this show with a little bit of humor, and then we're going to get into some serious stuff. But right now, sitting next to me is my friend over here. I don't know, can we see him, Vic? This is my friend Charlie. And Charlie's got something to say to us all. So we're gonna let Charlie say hello right now. It's his foot? Okay, here you go. Ready, Charlie? Okay, that's my buddy. Hey, listen, we're going to cut the commercial. When we come back, we've got a video courtesy of a lot of different news anchors from Montauk all the way out to New Jersey, Manhattan, Breezy Point. We're going to play that. For those of you overseas who are watching us, I want to give you an idea firsthand. I know that with the news stations, sometimes you don't really see what happens, but you know what? Our hearts and our prayers go out to all of these people that were affected. We had some lucky ones, and then we had some people that unfortunately have lost their homes. They've lost loved ones. They're still trying to recuperate. I had the good fortune that, we prepared early for this, and both Vicky and I, we had our generator hooked up. My biggest fear was, everybody who knows me knows that I have Frankie the horse, and it was a rough go. When you have 80-mile-an-hour winds, 100-mile-an-hour winds, and you have this, 1,400-pound animal who just doesn't get it, doesn't understand it, sitting in his barn, he's not used to being in an enclosed area like that. I had to shut him in. Both Vicky and I strapped the barn down to the ground with special anchors that went into the ground, and even that, it was absolutely insane. So, but thank God Frankie made it through. He was a little nervous. I had gone out there a couple of times when those winds were blowing 80+ miles an hour, and I actually stayed in the barn with him, just petting him and letting him know things were going to be okay, and thank God they were. But we're going to cut the commercial. When we come back, we're going to talk to Brian, who's standing by upstate New York with Fastlane Biker Magazine. We're going to find out what's going on in the biker world. We're going to talk a little bit more about Sandy, and we'll take some phone calls. Our phone line is going to open up when we come back. We'll be right back after this message.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hogshair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
B&M Performance Cycles, 439 South Main Street, Messina, New York. We handle all parts, accessories, and do all repairs. We can custom build your bike for show or hot rod. We also do New York State inspections on all motorcycles. B&M Performance Cycles. Come see us today.
Okay, welcome back to Tom Mele, Life in the Fastlane. That's exactly what it's been the past couple of weeks. It has been a hell of a Fastlane. First, a lot of people on Long Island, a lot of people in Queens, Brooklyn. I know that, first I want to give my hats off to all of the linemen that have traveled. I saw trucks coming in from Arizona, from Canada, from Colorado. Guys, thanks so much for doing it. But I got to tell you, LIPA, you suck. All right? You really do. We pay an outrageous amount for electric. And you know what? They just weren't ready for this. I think that if I owned the utility, just like the military, you practice for the worst possible thing in the world. And with this Hurricane Sandy, this was the worst shit you can ever imagine. This stuff here, what happened, should have never happened with LIPA. They should have been ready for this. They should have had the crews out. I think that they really, and I'm not saying this about the linemen. The linemen are great. The linemen have no problems, all right? The linemen are up there doing the job. I'll tell you where the problem comes in. The problem comes in from the fucking management, all right? That's where the problem comes in from. These guys that manage these type of utilities, personally, myself, they should be flipping burgers in Burger King. They shouldn't be managing this type of thing. Governor Cuomo got on the air, and I got to tell you, this dude should run for president because he knows where it's at. He says it the way it is. He doesn't hold anything back. There's no bullshit, and he got right to the point that the management in LIPA, they fucked this deal up. Now, he couldn't say that, but I can say that. And right now I want to turn over to Brian because he's upstate New York. Brian is one of the owners of Fastlane Biker Magazine for up in that area. He runs the entire magazine up in the upstate area. And Brian, how you doing today, buddy?
Doing good today, brother. Doing good. We're taking care of a lot of things up here. I got some reps that left this area yesterday and took a whole truckload and trailer load down to the Jersey and New York City area of stuff that we donated, and it's going nonstop with a lot of people that are associated with the magazine, and it's reflecting up here, kind of a ripple effect, but we're covering it just like everybody else is, just trying to do what we can do. As little as it may seem, it turns out to be a lot in the end.
Let me ask you a question. I know that, and I don't know how far up this actually went, but did you guys get hit at all with any of the aftermath, or did you, as the hurricane shifted, did you get anything?
Losing you on volume there.
Did you get any repercussions from this, Brian?
Anything that we had up here for the storm, we had some high winds the night of, and then the next morning it was calm winds. The trees weren't even moving, so we just got everything stayed south and so south and east from where we were at.
Now you guys said that you had sent down some truckloads of obviously clothes and food. I got to tell you that's a great thing. I know that we were talking earlier, and I know that you guys were rallying. Brian, it's amazing. And I said this the last time we talked about bikers. I have a soft heart when it comes to bikers because, and I say time and time again, a biker gives from the heart, and that's truly the way it is. What kind of, what did you send down here? Were you collecting clothes? Were you collecting food? What exactly was Fastlane doing?
Well, I cleaned out half my closet for clothes. They collected water, canned food.
Everything.
A guy here, his mom got rid of pretty much everything in her house, including furniture and TVs and everything. And they had some major stuff going down there. I don't know where it's going to end up. But Steve O, who was on your first show, his mom's house was totally flattened, and he's doing what he can for her along with everybody else. I got people, I got friends that are on Facebook sticking it out there, letting people know if they families with kids, they got rooms to stay in, friends' houses of friends of mine that live down there. It's crazy. I mean, the arms are wide open for a lot of people that I know, for the people that need it the most. And it's
great.
I mean, it goes without saying. And then you got the other side of the spectrum where you got people selling a bag of ice for $10 because they know they can get it, which is disgusting.
That I got to
Sad
tell
that
you,
happens.
Brian, that pisses me off, and it brings me to another topic. During the day, during the week, I'm involved with the law practice, and you know what? I really don't care if people that are watching the show know these owners. There's this fucking Sunoco gas station across the street from me. He was gouging these people at $4.80 a gallon, $4.79, and when they got to the pumps, they were actually paying $5.02. And I remember I was walking across the street with Brett Harrison and Rich Coleman. We were going over to the pizza place, and this old man that's there was one of the owners of the station. And I said to him, I says, what the hell are you, me, I don't keep my mouth shut for nothing. I said, what are you doing? You're gouging these. We are not gouging anybody. We paid this amount of money. This is like 2-3 days after the storm, Brian. And I found out that just recently, I think it was on Friday, that this is a Sunoco station. And what they were doing is they were buying gas from these off-the-wall tanking truckers, these gas companies that were either in Jersey, upstate New York, or somewhere west of here. They weren't buying from Sunoco. So let's assume that Sunoco charges them, let's say hypothetically, $3.75, and gas normally is $3.89. They were charging the same $3.75, and instead of charging the $3.89 and making the profit that they're entitled to make, I mean, after all, it's a business, they took that and they boosted it up to $4.79, and then when you got to the pumps, their bullshit excuse was that their electronics weren't working, so they couldn't change it. It went up to $5.02. Now, I know that the Attorney General is getting involved, and I know that New York State has vowed to find these looters. I'm sorry, not looters, but find these people that are gouging $10 for ice, $5 for gas,
$16
and
for a gas can.
$16 for gas cans. At True Value Gas. What the fuck is all of this about? Tell me what these people are thinking. What are they? They want to profit from the misery that this thing has caused us? I mean, I personally, Brian, I don't know how you feel about it, but I think that the Attorney General should step in. I think that all our viewers out there that are watching, you know somebody that's been gouging, call Mangano's office. Let me tell you, Ed Mangano, he is a dynamite guy. I've met him so many times. The Suffolk County what is it, Vic? I forget what his name is in Suffolk County. We just elected a new county executive. But give your county executive a call, whether it's Nassau County, Suffolk County, wherever it is in Queens, Brooklyn. You know somebody who was gouging. I wish to God that you guys took pictures. Everybody's got a cell phone. Send it in. Let's put these fucking people out of business. They should not be in business. People that should be in business are people like Fastlane magazine that go out of their way to load trucks and send down, food and clothing to people they don't even know. Not these fucking gouges that are out there. I mean, did you see any of that going up near you, Brian?
Oh yeah, we see a lot. Dana and Mike Gross. Mike's one of my sales reps, and Dana runs the Hojo's here, and she's been awesome with this. They put all this together. They put a couple rooms aside in the Howard Johnson's right here in town, and stuck it out there on Facebook and got it out in the paper that they were collecting stuff to take down. And Tattoo Tony in Jersey, he was in Clinton, New Jersey yesterday. He did a big benefit of the Hurricane Relief Show. He had bands show up, and they did an awesome job. Patty from Breast Cancer Killers did a big collection up, and she took some stuff down, and it's just nonstop. I mean, I worked in Virginia Beach last week, and on the way down, I saw electric trucks, like 30 of them going down the road with different license plates from everywhere, just going to take care of stuff. In a rest area, there's about 50 or 60 more of them. I mean, they had quite a plan. They had a massive plan to put things together. And gas lines, half the gas stations in Jersey were closed. The other half were only allowing license plates that ended in an even number for that day to get gas. And all the cops, all the state troopers, all the county and city cops were right there at the entrance of every gas station, like meter maids, making sure that only certain people could get in there and get gas. They had the right plate number. I mean, it's crazy. But, I mean, there's a good side and there's a horrific side to tragedy.
It doesn't seem to me that happy medium going on. And then, to boot, you got these other assholes that are looting. I mean, did you hear about the looting that was going on down here?
Oh, yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question, Brian, because I'm sure I know you. You're a lot like me. Let me ask you a question. You have your house has just been torn apart by this hurricane. Your kid's shit is out on the curb. Pictures of things that you've cherished, that you've worked hard for. Let me ask you a question. You see some prick going into your backyard trying to steal your generator. What are you going to do?
He ain't getting off of my property.
I got to be honest with you, and I know I could get in trouble for this, but, I really don't care at this point, because let me tell you something, pal. You come to my house, you decide you're going to come into my backyard, I'm going to pop a cap in your ass so fast you're not going to know what hit you. I'm fortunate enough that we live in a country where we can bear arms. Pistols are one thing, high-powered rifles, we can get them, but I'm going to tell you right now, come into my yard, and I'm sure, Brian, you're the same thing, and you try to steal from me, I'm going to pop one into your ass at about 80 grains from a high-powered rifle, and then let's see what happens down the road. How can these people, logically, tell me where the mentality is, where these fucking people can go steal from people who have just lost their homes, lost their valuables, lost a lifetime of memories. How do you justify one of these pricks just going and breaking into your house to take this? What would you do?
Yeah, it's sad.
And I think that from a legal perspective and being involved with the law, the law, unfortunately, and this is where it fails us, if you're looting and you're breaking and entering, they hold certain crime values, whether it's a misdemeanor or a felony, and each one of these are valued, or I shouldn't say valued, each one of these hold a certain punishment. So let's assume, and of course I'm not, I don't know anything about criminal law. I know that Brett Harrison does 90% of our criminal law issues. But if let's assume that the misdemeanor is a slap on the wrist, or it's a fine, you're telling that's what allows these people to go and do this, because they know that at the end of the day, they're just getting a slap on the wrist. So let me ask you, if I can break into your house and I can steal your wife's diamond ring that's worth $10,000, $20,000, and I know I'm going to get a slap on the wrist, what do you think we're going to do? they're going to do it because they know they're going to get away with it. They should have certain laws that supersede that says, you know what? If you do something like this in the time of a crisis, it ups it to a Class A felony. And you know what, pal? You're going to the pokey. You're going to meet Bubba for the next 5 years. That's what I would do. I mean, you agree with that?
Yeah, I was a firearms instructor and expert in the military, and after 300 yards, I'll maim you, but up to 300 yards, you're going down.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it is. I was talking to Brett. Brett said to me, he says, what's the difference between, a 60 grain or 40 grain or an 80 grain, a shell? And I said, well, with the 80 grain shell, you're not coming out of it. So, Rich Coleman has a little, I call it a little pea shooter. He's got a 22. In fact, it was funny because we had gone to the range and I was looking at these little 22 shorts, and the copper was actually loose inside the shell. So we were making fun of him. I said, "What is that?" He said, "Those are my bullets." And he said it with such sincerity. I said, "Those aren't friggin'. This is a bullet." And I showed him I had a 450. I was shooting off a 450, and I said, this is a shell. But hey, listen, at the end of the day, our prayers go out to them. Brian, what I'd like to do is I'd like to cut to a video real quick, and then we come back from this video. I'd like to talk about what's going on in the biker community, what's happening up there, the things that are coming up, and I also want to apologize to Pat. I know that we had the breast cancer killers. Am I right on? Is that what it was? The breast cancer killers? That both Tommy Moore and I were supposed to attend, and Pat, I apologize profusely. Unfortunately, with the gas shortage the way it was, I couldn't get gas in my car. My family was home during this time of need, and I couldn't do it. So I apologize to everybody up there. We'll make it up to you, I promise, the next time around. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to cut to this video. This is going to give you kind of a perspective. It's only about 4 minutes long, of some of the devastation that was left behind. And, if you can send anything down, you want to send it to Madhouse TV, you want to get a hold of Brian up at Fastlane Biker Magazine, coordinate, please do. These people need it desperately, desperately, desperately. I can't stress it enough. Tattoo Tony, I really appreciate what you guys are doing up there. Brian, obviously, we appreciate everything that Fastlane Biker does. But let's cut to this video. When we come back, we're going to talk to Brian about what's going on in the motorcycle community. We'll be right back after this video.
We're going to take you inside an incredible event. We first traveled to this community because there were so many people who would not evacuate. And then we were there when it became one of the most dramatic stories of the hurricane. A fire burning more than 100 homes to the ground. And this is a New York neighborhood that is home to so many firefighters who were there for 9/11. My colleague and 2020 co-anchor Elizabeth Vargas here with more. Elizabeth.
Diane, we spent the day today at Breezy Point. It's a community of firefighters and first responders with a long history of sacrifice. Last night and early this morning, these people who have saved so many from so much were forced to stand by helplessly, unable to save themselves from the hurricane's most unexpected destruction.
Where was your home? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Wow, that was pretty heavy stuff. But that's just to give you a rough idea of what we have been dealing with for the past 2 weeks. We're going to cut to commercial. When we come back, we got Brian, Fastlane Motorcycle Magazine, standing by to tell us what's going on in the motorcycle world. We'll be right back after this.
This is Angelo from Casper Paranormal. Today we're sitting in with Chris doing a reading. Let's see what's going on.
Okay, I've never had a reading like this before, so just bear with me. I'm seeing bugs.
Bugs? I thought you were a psychic medium.
I know, that's what's confusing. Hold on. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
I'll take the bad news.
I think these are spirit bugs.
Spirit bugs? I've never heard of spirit bugs.
That's just it. Do you want the good news?
Yes.
I know Joe from Bug Busters of Long Island. He'll take care of your problem.
That's great.
Hi, I'm Vinny, owner of VMD Electric. Family owned and operated since 1996, serving all of Nassau and Suffolk County. You can call us anytime, night or day, at 631-669-6915 for all your residential and commercial needs. Here are some photos of our current projects. Welcome back to Madhouse TV. I'm Tom Mele. You're in Tom Mele, Life in the Fast Lane. And we are with Brian, Fastlane Biker Magazine. Brother, what's cooking?
Oh, man, I'm getting through another month, man. After this storm, it's crazy. That video was something else. It really makes us look like a bunch of ants with an anthill that just got destroyed.
Yeah,
Something
it
else.
does. What's happening up there? I know that we've got a couple of things going on in the next couple of weeks. Let's talk about some of the events going on up in your neck of the woods.
Absolutely. The last week in October, there was the 15th annual turkey run from the I Don't Know MC, which turned out really good. I had a buddy, Gene Schroer there, who did some photos and is writing a story. That'll be in the December magazine. And then also the Hicksville W coming up on December 9th. The Who Cares Committee, it's going to be the 27th annual toy run. The sign-up is in the morning on December 9th from 9:30 to 11:30 at the Sears in Hicksville. They're going to do a toy run for the children of St. Christopher's Residential Treatment Center there, and I think this would be excellent for a bunch of people that have the capability to donate to that, to really bring it out and make a difference.
You know, I got a call from Bill the other day, and last year the Harrison Law Group was very instrumental in assisting them, and we've got to get it in. What was the date on that again, Brian?
That's Sunday, December 9th. The sign-up starts at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to have him on next week's show. I'm trying to get Bill and some of the people to come out here. And, of course, you know, the Harrison Law Group is also going to give them a commercial on WBAB and B103 that will start airing. I believe it's going to be airing next week. At least we're going to start. I got to get Bill and give him a call. But now, Fastlane is covering this whole event. Are you going to be down here? I mean, are we going to have the pleasure of seeing you in person?
Yeah, I wish I could go. Unfortunately, that Sunday morning, I've got to fly and work in Arizona, so I'll be on a flight at about 6 o'clock in the morning out heading to Phoenix to work.
Wow.
But I'm hoping my main man, Gene Schroer, will be there doing his duty and he's renowned in that area. He knows a lot of people, and I can't say enough about the man. I'm sure I can have him there. If not, Steve-O will be there to play around too.
Great, great. Well, we're going to try to, just for those of you who don't know, St. Christopher's Hospital children with special disabilities, every year the Who Cares Committee gets involved, and they have this huge procession of motorcycles. These guys get out, freezing their little tushies off. And I just want to give a shout out to the one of the groups that are up there, Queensboro Motorcycle Group. Every single year since this thing has started, Queensboro has been there with their Queensboro sled, and they lead the pack. Brian, I don't know if you knew that about Queensboro, but these guys are absolutely outstanding. They really go the extra mile in putting this together. We had a great year last year with the Who Cares Committee and, of course, Queensboro. So now, are you going to be sending your photographers down there, correct?
Yes, I'm gonna have one or two guys there, definitely.
Yeah, it's really a good cause. Anything else going on? I know that we're coming into the winter months. I hate to say that motorcycles are taking a back seat, but do you have anything up in your area, Brian, that for our listeners upstate New York, going on that maybe they want to get involved with? Any runs, any events going on, with Toys for Tots?
Yeah, there's a couple different events with Toys for Tots, and also that bar that was involved in the first show of Chefs. They're going to be putting together a big motorsports day where they have people bringing all sorts of stuff in for ATVs and snowmobiles and things like that. I haven't got the exact date on that, but I will be having that in the magazine for something to look out for. So, but yeah, I'm just right now we're finishing off the end of the year, and I'm basically getting as much information I can about the events that are going to continue on in 2013, and it's going to be even better. Good.
Now, of course, I'd like to get up there sometime this winter, and get together. I know that Sheps is a little far for me to travel, unless Vicky decided she wanted to drive. But I would really like to get up there. I know that I feel bad about Patty and the breast cancer killers. That event that happened last week, we were supposed to be there. But if there's an event up there, Brian, that they want us to cover, I'm sure that it's going to be quite a while before we have any kind of devastation like we had with Sandy. So, we would love to come up there and cover it. So if you know of any event going on, or if there's somebody who's listening out there that wants Madhouse TV to come up there, it'll be our pleasure.
Absolutely. And we went to the event for Breast Cancer Killers of New York at the Bad Pig Saloon. It was
you were there?
Outstanding, and Patty totally understood, and no worries with that, brother.
You were there, Brian?
I went, yeah. We went there and supported. I bought a few shirts, and there's going to be, Patty's writing a story up, and I'm going to have a couple pages of photos in the December magazine.
Oh, God, I tell you, you know what? I really wish that Tommy Marr and I could have gone up there. We were planning it up to the very last minute, and unfortunately, this had to happen. What do we got going on for 2013? Anything exciting happening the first part of the year?
Well, 2013, we've got going to be the first annual Fastlane Biker New York weekend at Echo Lake. It's in Afton, New York. You get to camp the whole weekend. They got a huge pavilion. Bands will be playing all weekend, bike events. It's going to be kind of like a rendezvous. And what was the other? I'm trying to think of what the other one was, but it's going to fit right in. The player, there'll be like a threesome for the event type. Jason's Run, which is motorcycle safety. They do stickers for people who have medical conditions, and it's just it's incredible.
Now, when is that happening? That's happening the first part of the year?
The Fastlane Biker annual event is going to be December 17th and 19th. It's the weekend prior to the camping season opening up on, pardon? It's in May 17, 19.
I was going to say December. You want me to freeze my ass off sitting out there in a tent?
No.
All right.
Ice fishing.
So let me ask you, Brian. I'm going to put somebody on the chopping block here. Her name is Vicky. Why don't you ask her right now? We're on camera. or is Vicky and Tom actually going to come up and go camping with Fastlane on May 17th?
I'll tell you what, if Vicky, you guys need to come up. I'll tell you, there'll be a cabin for you. There'll be a cabin for you.
Is there a hotel nearby?
She wants to know if there's a hotel nearby. Hey, you know, I got to tell you, that would be a great place for me to bring Frankie. Now, if there's a place for me to put the horse, we can ride the horse through the campground. I mean, I don't know what's going on up there, but that'd be quite the weekend.
Absolutely.
So
the gentleman that runs the lake, he is considered the steward of the lake. It's a private lake. You can fish there without a license. That's how relaxed and kick back this is going to be. And I'm telling you, eagles fly over the lake.
Well, you know what?
You
know what we got to do, Brian?
Beautiful.
We got to really promote that pretty heavily. I think that that's going to be a time that we've got to really make sure that our calendars are cleared and get as many people up there camping as possible. How many? We're going to need to know, obviously, how many campgrounds there are available or campsites that are available, so that we can get this place packed and have one hell of a... Hey, I got an idea. Tommy Marr, and I know I keep mentioning Tommy because he's a great guy, and he's a hell of a singer. And, I know that Tommy's the kind of guy that loves to sit up in a campground. He loves to go camping. Janine, his girlfriend, is fabulous. Who knows? Maybe we can get Tommy up there and get him to sing and play some music for us as well.
Absolutely, they got an indoor pavilion. Well, it's a covered pavilion with walls on it, and they leave all the instruments connected up. You can plug in, use whatever's on the stage, and continue on. We had about 7 or 8 bands at this Echo Lake. If you look in the November magazine pages 10 and 11, there's a full story on the history of Echo Lake and the event that followed it. I put one paragraph at the end after this gentleman, John Phelan. He's the steward of the lake, and he just opened it back up, and it's outstanding.
Well, consider it done deal. We definitely will be up there. Both Vicky and I will make sure that we are there May 17th. We'll come up on the bike, and we'll have a great time. Brian, that's it for our show tonight. Anything else you want to say while we're on the air? Yeah. There we go, brother. All right. Hey, listen, Brian, thanks so much. I appreciate you being on the show today. And again, for all you guys out there, people that are watching, Long Island needs you. New Jersey needs you. If you're hear the sound of our voice, you can see us, you're watching, please go to your neighborhood Red Cross. If you've got some old sweaters, old shirts, old shoes, anything at all, these people down here have lost everything. So toothbrushes, simple things that we take for granted are the things that they need. So until you see next week, my name is Tom Mele, and Brian, thanks so much for being with us today. And again, our prayers and everything go out to those victims, those people that have lost. We'll see you next week on Life in the Fastlane. Have a good week.